It's not just in Australia where Palestinians and far-left protesters have been celebrating the slaughter and rape of Jews in Israel. We've seen them celebrate in New York, we've seen them celebrate in Canada, and we've especially seen them celebrate in Britain, in Manchester and in Birmingham. And for Celtic fans in Glasgow had a banner saying victory to the resistance, and there was celebrations in London as well. And like some politicians here, some Labour politicians in Britain at their party conference there refused to condemn Hamas or support Israel.
This is outside the conference zone.
OK, all right. So do you stand with Israel?
It would be unfair for me to make comments, and it's not in my brief either. The Labour Party has always supported international law.
Asking the questions there was one of our regular commentators, Patrick Christys, a star presenter at Britain's GB News. Patrick, you did a great job, but no answers, no good answers. What I'm seeing in Britain seems to be as frightening as what I'm seeing in Sydney.
Yeah, a lot of massive concern that we appear to have imported a huge number of people who would like to see Israel wiped off the face of the earth, and with it, the Jewish population as well. Some Labour MPs were a little bit squiffy on it. Some Labour MPs were pretty strong. They said, look, we do stand with Israel. But there's a checkered history there when it comes to that kind of stuff. What I find interesting is that our state broadcaster, the BBC, is still refusing to call Hamas terrorists. They're calling them militants. And on top of that as well, the police are yet to arrest any of these people in the streets for a hate crime. I mean, if they are out celebrating the slaughter of Jews and Jewish babies, I mean, what constitutes a hate crime? I think they're maybe too afraid of being called Islamophobic to actually do anything about it, which is a certain irony there, really. But we are also seeing, Andrew, as well, people in refugee camps on the Greek islands celebrating this. There, people, of course, are looking to make their way into Europe and seek asylum. I think that should be a pretty strong indication that maybe they shouldn't be getting asylum in Europe if they are celebrating what's going on in Israel at the moment.
Well, that's radical thinking right there, Patrick. Just quickly, the problem with these Labor politicians, what is it? Because I thought they said, oh, look, we've reformed Labor under Keir Starmer. It's no longer anti-Semitic as it was under former leader Jeremy Corbyn. And then you get what you just had.
Yes, unfortunately for the Labour Party, they've not been able to root it all out completely because it was so ingrained and so festering with Jeremy Corbyn, who still right now, his first response was to say that Israel is ultimately to blame for what's going on over there. What is interesting, Keir Starmer has not made a virtue of this. I was doing a bit of research last night. The new Labour leader, his wife is, I believe, actually Jewish, and their children are being raised in the Jewish faith, which makes it even more remarkable that he was so comfortable serving under Jeremy Corbyn for quite a while, but might now indicate why they're keener to do a little bit of a push there. The fact is that the Labour Party does rely quite heavily on Muslim votes. That's just the case. And so they don't want to alienate those votes by being too much in favour of Israel, which is a problem for them.
Patrick, exactly the same problem here. That's how politics gets remade demographically. Patrick Christys, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time.